energy is, that's where whatever you experience lives. That's where whatever it is that you experience lives. So if you're in, oh no, why am I here? That's where you live. And whatever lives there, that's what you experience. If you're up here in joy, that's what you experience. So I'm supposed to talk about what it does. I may get to that. Okay? I need to go back a little bit. January for Science of Mind teaching, we go back to basics. So the first thing is the thing itself. And I talked about Holmes saying the thing itself so that we don't get caught up in gender. We begin to recognize that there is something intelligent, there is an energy that moves in all things. Animate, quote unquote, and the so-called inanimate, which does not exist. Because there are molecules and energies moving in everything. Those things have some intelligence. Otherwise, the chair you're sitting on would not remain a chair. There's an intelligence there that brings those molecules together to be a chair. There's an intelligence in all things. Now, I had a question posed to me earlier this week, and I have to address it. And it's around vibration. The truth of the matter is what we teach is vibration. We are a vibration. You know that there are times when you see people and it's like, cell phone, gotta go. Don't want to deal with it. The ugly, just ugly. This food, it's a garlic, it's a whatever. Just get away from me, okay? That's a vibration. Then there are other people, you see them and just, ooh, just want to hug them. It's just so cool, it's just delicious. Just delicious. Sometimes you see a baby and that baby is just, ooh, just that hug. We represent a vibration. We represent our thinking process. Whatever we're thinking about, whatever we're feeling about, we are absolutely exhibiting that. Now, to get us to today's lesson says that God does everything and anything. And that process happens through you, one, recognizing it and allowing it. Now, it does everything within the realm of law. So, my concern about saying that to you is that I truly understand we have not uncovered all laws. You see, it took Galileo to understand gravity. The law of gravity existed, but he had to identify it, and then he had to prove it. So there are laws around us that have not been identified yet. And I want you to understand that. And as long as you live within what you believe are the laws, you are confined to that. So there are people like myself who believe that we can fly physically. I'm not talking about astral projection. I'm talking about taking your physical body and literally flying. There are people like myself who believe that. There is a tribe in Africa who does that. Most people don't believe that. Therefore, they cannot do it. Why? Because of the belief system. You are tied into something called law. Your law says you can't do that, she's crazy. And good, don't do it. So be it. So, what I want you to understand is that God is available to exhibit itself through whatever level that you allow it to. Let's take a salad. If we put the lettuce, the tomatoes, the croutons, the onions, the cheese in it, some people would cut it up real small. And other people would make big old chunks of it. That's how life is. How you cut it up, how you serving it. It's an individual choice. The salad is available to all of us. How you cut the salad up is your choice. You can decide that this is so small, I don't have enough. Or you can decide, wow, it's a lot. There's abundance here. It's based on your perception. Whatever you're deciding creates a vibration. So when we say that God will show up and do do whatever, it really is based on a level of vibration. Certain things live at a certain level of vibration. For example, this morning I went to McDonald's and there was a woman there who was begging. And I heard a conversation that they get ready to ask the police come to the restaurant. So when she approached me, I said to her, I would suggest that you leave here because you're getting ready to be arrested. And then I said to myself, I am abundance, and so I'm going to get some food for this woman and get to her. And I found it on the street. And I vacillate with stuff like this. I really ask my spirit to guide me when people approach. And I was sharing the other day that there are times that I've sat down with people and had food with them, or I picked them up, put them in my car, and traveled with them. And I stopped doing it several years ago because I picked up a woman who was in her 70s who told me she was pregnant. And then it was kind of a sign to me to quit. And because I had my daughter in the car, like, what in the world? So I don't think it was Sarah. And so I said, okay, you need to stop doing this, okay? But I have still, Spirit sometimes will tell me to do something, and I endeavor to follow. So this morning, the truth of the matter is I played with it. And I said, you know, let me get her some food. So I got the food, and I found her on the street, and I handed her the food. When I handed her the food, she not only took the food, but she also wanted something else. She wanted another dollar. I said, take the food and say thank you. But how am I going to get home? I don't know. But take the food and say thank you. Well, take the food and say thank you. And what I want you to see is where she vibrates. She is vibrating at a bigger spirit level. She is vibrating at giving. She is vibrating at lack, limitation, and loss. She not only is vibrating, she is causing that to come to her. Had she taken what was given to her and expressed gratitude, she would have lifted herself up to another level. When we stay in gratitude, we vibrate at a level where more will come to us so that we can be in gratitude. That's key. That is key. I don't care what is going on in our life right now. I don't care what disappointments there are. When you recognize your blessings and you focus on the blessings, it takes you to a different level of vibration. When you focus on what I don't have, what I want, what didn't come, you focus on a lower level of vibration. It is all God. It is all God. The question is, what aspect of God do you want to experience? It is all God. Lack, loss, feeling woe is me, it's only God. But you're choosing to be on that level and experience of God. You can choose to experience something greater. It is up to you. This woman had an opportunity this morning to be grateful. And because I was so insistent that she say thank you, something happened. Oh, okay, thank you. And her whole being shifted for a moment. Now, I'm not a lot of people say it was a miracle when she stayed. Okay? That would be an absolute lie. But she shifted for a moment. And my car went around the corner and I caught her as she was crossing the street and she shifted again enough to wave and say thank you. That's a window open for her. A window. What she felt was different if she was able to recognize it. See, that's part of what happens. We don't always recognize how we feel. That's why I said to you, yes, you got to sing. How do you feel? Where are you? Are you in a consciousness of we do this every Sunday? What do we do?